I was inspired to do this because I saw a couple things in the chat about people, because Smokey sometimes unfairly says these things are on my list, and they're not on my list. So I thought I would give you top 5 things actually on my list.
All right.
Roll your eyes all you want. This is a public service.
No, it sounds good.
It's a public service. Number 5, terrible bands.
And what is this list for those who...
Oh, my pet peeves and things I don't like and things that should go away in the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is anything we've discussed before going to be on here?
Yeah, absolutely. But I wanted to make sure these were actual things. And some of these things people may agree with. I don't know. Terrible bands, namely Rascal Flatts, Nickelback, Kenny Chesney, and Maroon 5. If they all retired today and didn't sing anymore, it'd be better for the world. We would come together maybe as a people.
We are the world.
Yeah, I don't know. That's on my list. I realize that I am in the minority on all 4 of these. I'm just saying.
There's something about that one Rascal Flatts song.
There's not something about any Rascal Flatts.
It just makes me happy.
I get very mad about Rascal Flatts because they remade Life is a Highway for the Cars movie, and people think that's who sings the song. And it's not.
Well, they did then.
Yeah, I know. Well, it just upsets me. I know it does. I realize I'm in the minority, and I'm a crazy man yelling to get off my lawn on this one. Number 4.
I think the Nickelback hate is just like a popularity thing, honestly. I mean, I get why there's some hate, but I think that became like a trend because it was mentioned in a movie. And so then it was like Seth Rogen or something. Or what was it? It was one of those types of movies. I feel like the Nickelback line was like a punchline.
They shout out Coldplay and Knocked Up. But I like Coldplay. But
okay, that maybe I'm thinking. But I know at one point it was like just became trendy to hate Nickelback.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm indifferent on all of these.
Yeah.
Every single person listed there, I'm indifferent on. But yeah, I just feel like that one in particular because they had all these have had quite a few hits. But yeah,
if Kenny Chesney called you up and Florida State ever gets back in a national championship game, has a suite, contact you.
Can I tell you something? Honestly, I told Amanda last night. I know for a fact that I would not like Adam Levine and Maroon 5. I would not get along with Rascal Flatts. And Nickelback is Canadian, so it may be hard to dislike them because they're Canadian and most of those people are nice.
No, they're incredibly passive-aggressive is what they are. That's what Canadians are.
But I am genuinely terrified that I would like Kenny Chesney.
Oh, my God.
Like, I would personally like him. I'm genuinely terrified that I would meet him and like, listen, I think you're the worst singer that's ever lived, and I wish you would lose your voice, but damn, you're a nice guy.
Yep.
Like, well, I'm genuinely terrified about it.
I think it's always that a lot of people have preconceived notion. Yeah.
Everybody seems to like him, and I get it. I'm terrified I'd like him. Kind of like, I was...
He looks like Forrest Gump in that picture.
I was reticent to talk to Aaron Boone. That day.
Scars.
I had scars. Number 4, people who let their children run around in restaurants. I've encountered this a lot lately. It's absolutely ridiculous.
How about grocery stores?
That too. We're getting into grocery stores in the next one. But people who let their children run around in restaurants, or maybe let them steal a drink out of a fridge. I'm mad. I'm just mad.
In the studio.
In the studio. That happened the other day here. And Garrett was powerless to stop it.
I did my best.
He did his
my
best. But, I don't understand why this is a thing where once the kids are done eating, you tell them, like, go play hide and seek.
Yeah, and they go underneath tables and other people's tables. And
well, listen, as a person who is festively plump, I'm quite often someone that kids will try and hide behind. And I will tell you this.
Have Luke and Leo ever run around?
Oh, yeah. And believe me, I didn't like it then either.
Okay. All right.
If you're trying to get me to say my sister is a pet peeve, then yes, she's also on the list.
Okay.
But number 3, people who won't put their shopping carts away.
Yeah, this may be my number 1.
Part of this, the reason this list happened today was I went to go refill or swap out a propane tank today at H-E-B. And 2 people who simultaneously did not put their shopping cart away caused a 5-minute traffic jam in the parking lot at H-E-B because they just left them out and they were rolled into the middle. And then the lady in front of me was quite old and was not someone who could just jump out of her car and get them. And I couldn't see it. And so I'm kind of mad at this lady. And then finally I see somebody from H-E-B running. Oh, my God, what's going on here? But there are like 20 cars behind me.
It's amazing that sometimes they'll just park it on a curb. They'll put like 2 of the up front. Yeah, this right here might be my number 1.
This really bothers me as well because it's just a level of laziness that I don't really think can can be excused. You know, I understand if you're somebody with a handicap or something and you want to say, like, I don't know. But,
most
like,
of the time, the grocery store would help you out with that.
Exactly right. So, like, that's what I'm saying is, like, that's why I said I don't know to that part of it. But there's really no valid reason to do this other than you are just incredibly lazy and you don't care about other people and you're totally selfish. Like, that's all that you are.
Those are 3 reasons.
That's the only, like, that's you if you are that shopping cart person, because there's no real trial or task needed to just walk a few yards away, no matter how hot it is or it's raining or whatever. It is the easiest process in the world to just go put the shopping cart up. And, like, you just are just a D-bag to these guys that have to go wrangle these things that are doing their job and have to go collect these carts around the parking lot. You don't care about them. You just, you know, oh, that teenager will go get the buggy that I just left, or taking up a parking spot because you left it in somebody's parking spot, or any other number of lazy things that we, you know, came out of this. I just think that's the ultimate laziness right there, is not putting a shopping cart away. It's the simplest thing you can do. They provided it for you, put it up.
And
Jeez
they
Louise.
provide you cart return areas that are usually 2 in each row.
There's no excuse for it. There's not.
Yeah, if you do this, the next thing you should do after you do this is get in your car and go, am I a terrible person?
Yes. I mean, you're not terrible, but you are incredibly selfish and lazy. Absolutely.
If you've done that, you don't even have that thought.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. You get upset about it, and then you realize, like, some of the things you get upset about that are just like, this is just common sense. I was taught this when I was young, and it's just the thing you do. It's just the social contract. It's what you do because it helps out other people. Whether you see that it helps other people, you know that it does. But, yeah, I mean, some people just aren't taught that or don't care, and you can't get through to those types of people.
I was at Sam's, which they have those big carts, and then, you know, and the one off of 35, and I remember going out to my car, and there was a lady in a Mustang, and she took her cart. I saw her. She loaded her car, and she parked it, like, just right next to her front door. There was a car between her, but she could get out, but the other one. So I then was right next to her. And you know me, I'm not one for confrontation. So I took my cart, parked it right behind her car, unloaded it into my car, took my time, walked around, got her cart, walked it where it should have been, and she starts to get a little bit like...
Well, speaking of Canadians and passive-aggressive, like, jeez Louise.
Well, I'm just like, and she's like, and she goes, are you looking at me? I go, I'm just putting up your cart.
Yeah.
That's not passive-aggressive.
No, that's very passive.
That's
definitely...
That is the most passive-aggressive thing I've heard in a really long time. Is exactly what that is, yes.
I felt better.
I would like this to be a misdemeanor, finable by ticket, and...
$50?
No, the punishment is not cash. The punishment is you have to go for 2 hours in either the coldest, wettest, or hottest time of the year and wrangle carts.
Yeah.
Under the supervision of the kid.
How are they going to do that? They can't even put a single one up, apparently.
Under the supervision of the grocery store kid whose day you ruined, you have to go wrangle carts. And then you'll put it away.
All right.
Number 2, holidays where you don't get the day off. I don't understand why people celebrate these things, especially when you're older. Halloween falls in this. If you don't get the day off, it's not a holiday. I don't understand.
I've never had anyone say Halloween was a holiday.
But they celebrate it like it is. I mean, like, they dress up.
It is a holiday.
It's a holiday.
Is it really?
But it's not. You don't get the day off of Halloween.
It's Halloween. It's freaking it's Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Like, yeah, it's a holiday. Absolutely. It's a holiday.
Christmas and Thanksgiving are inherently better because you don't have to go in.
It's a tradition.
Yeah.
Whatever, y'all. I mean, I think we're, like, really getting down. I mean, yeah. I mean, to your point, I like Halloween just fine. I can't off the top of my head recall what the other holidays are where we don't get the day off. Yeah, I'm not exactly in line with you on this one.
Now we are actually starting to get more and more days off. We don't get Flag Day.
I was going to say, but, like, every day's a holiday. Look at the calendars. It's like, it's National Pumpkin Pie Day today. Yeah. And I'm sure there's, like, 3 things that today is. You know, it's like Happy Goose Day and Happy Purple Soda Day and Happy, I mean, so, yeah.
All those. Don't like him, don't care what national day it is. I can't celebrate. And number 1, this is the number 1 thing, parades. There are only 2 reasons to have a parade. It is the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, or we won a war, or came back from space. So 3. Those 3 reasons. Any other reason? No parades.
Do you say national championship?
I look, I went to the one here, and that was the first parade I've been to in like 30 years. But I don't actually like those either.
So Super Bowl? No.
I
If you
don't like
lived
them.
in Boston after they finally won after 300 years, you
No.
would not.
Listen, I have my beliefs. I love the Red Sox, but not unconditionally.
Okay.
By the way, today is National Take Back the Lunch Break Day, National Pralines Day, and also National Take Your Dog to Work Day. So we didn't get the days off for
Well,
that.
dog thing's cool.
poor Woodrow got screwed.
Yeah, he did. Parades. I mean, I went to the Macy's on a school trip way back in like middle school. That was cool to experience, but I mean, it's one of those two where I don't feel like you have to have a strong opinion on everything. And this is one where if it went away, I don't know how much I would notice. I'm sure I would at some point. If it stays, that's cool too. I'm sort of indifferent on this one as well.
Yeah.
The Rose Bowl parade's clutching their pearls.
No, that's one of the look. One of the reasons we can't reform the college
Exactly
football
right.
playoff is because of a stupid parade.
Yeah, I know.
Now we can all agree the Rose Bowl being a little bit too much at times. Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, Paul, very good.